Hello, and thank you for watching. Someone on the Bread Codes Discord channel asked me to do a simpler score demonstration. So we're going to do this on this poppy seed cheddar loaf. By the way, the Bread Code, Hendrik is the name of the fellow who does that. He's in Germany. He's fantastic. So much good sourdough information. He has a YouTube channel. Just look him up. He's fabulous. Okay. I'm going to take dental floss. This is a very simple tool, and I'm going to use it to section. Oh, I've put rice flour on this, by the way. I got my hands wet. I wet the loaf. I let it sit just a second. Then I sprinkled white rice flour on. Some people say don't do that. I've had good luck with it. Rice flour, by the way, does not brown in the oven. It doesn't give a weird chalky taste like wheat flour can on the outside of your loaf. And I'm sitting right over the loaf to make sure I'm getting these straight. I don't know that I'm going to use 8 of them, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of do this for 8 of them. Now, my sections aren't going to be perfect. They never are. It turns out we're human and we make mistakes. And every loaf of bread I've made has a mistake. I've talked about that before. So for a wheat stock, we're going to do wheat stocks because that seems to be a fairly easy thing to start with, and it looks pretty impressive. A lot of people will do their wheat stock and they'll do a line up the middle for the center of the stock, and then they'll score it like this. Well, when you do that, you're really giving potential for that line to split. And in a boule, your tension's going to be pretty even all the way around because you should be shaping like this. And it really does kind of have the opportunity to distort. So all I'm going to do is the ones on the side, and I'm going to do them quick and shallow. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and just like this, just a whole bunch of little lines going all the way up. I'll do the other side. And I'm just kind of using that scoring line as my center line. And I'll do a little at the top. And I'm going to do every other one here. So up. And the other side. And what I want to try and do whenever you're scoring, if you do intersecting lines, it can sometimes mess up with your design, so I'm going to try and keep these from touching each other at the top. That's my dog Waffle. I'm talking. Oh, that's my dog Ruger. I'm talking, and so the one is happy and the other one's just barking because the one is, they're being dogs, in other words. They love sourdough, by the way. So there we go. Got all 4 of those. Now that was a fairly shallow with the lom. This is a UFO lom, by the way. It's the round ones that have the razor blade sticking out. I find these to be the most versatile. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slice here so I can choose where my oven spring happens, hopefully, and it won't distort those so much. So I'm going to do a nice deep cut, actually, all the way across here. And I'm trying to avoid the lines from the wheat stalks because, again, they'll get into there and they'll split open and it will distort the design. Having said that, I have never made a loaf where there wasn't some kind of mistake. And my old saying, the nice thing about sourdough is when you make mistakes, you can eat them and hide the evidence. So there we go. We'll see how this turns out when we open up the oven, the Dutch oven, and see oven spring. Okie doke, it is that moment. Every sourdough baker both anticipates and dreads the removing of the lid from the Dutch oven. Here we go. Oh, that looks nice. And it did exactly what I wanted to. See, if I wouldn't have made those lines through there, it would have likely torn where the scoring is for the wheat stalks. So what it did was it let our wheat stalks maintain their integrity. If I would have done the line down the middle of the wheat stalk to make the center of the stalk, it probably would have torn along there some too and distorted it. So people understand that the wheat stalk is implied. So there we go. She's been baking at 425 in a preheated 450 oven for 25 minutes. I'm going to put her on the cookie sheet, back in the oven for 15 minutes or so until it's as brown as I want. And there you go. Here is the finished product, fresh out of the oven. Poppy seed cheddar, 500 grams of bread flour, 70% hydration or 350 grams of water, 3% salt, a little bit less, 20% inoculation, so that would be the starter, and then I did 50 grams or 10% poppy seed and about the same in cheddar. There won't be a crumb shot of this one because it's going in the freezer, or if someone wants to purchase it, it's going to go home with someone else. Okay, thank you very much for watching.